Okay, hello everyone. This video is specifically for those people who call themselves targeted individuals, and as well as those that see themselves as having mental issues like schizophrenia, psychosis, and all that. Yeah, please try and watch this video, listen to it. Don't look at who the message is coming from, or my accent or my language. English is not my first language. I'm actually doing this video because when I go on YouTube or on the internet, I tend to see a lot of people these days that call themselves targeted individuals. And because of what I've been through in the past and certain things that's still going on now, I find myself in a situation where I feel like I have to make this video and share my experiences on this very thing happening. But first, I'd like to let you that think you're a targeted individual know that this thing going on with you is the best thing in your life. It might sound crazy, isn't it? But then wait and see. Because by the time I share my experiences, you might actually agree with me. Because this program you find yourself in can actually show you a lot of things that you never knew existed. This program can show you, what you are, and as well that technology is spirit. But before I get into that, I'm going to try and explain in a way that you will understand. First of all, we are spirits. I don't know if you already know this, but if you don't, I suggest you do proper research and then come back to this video. But my stand right now, and from everything that's happened to me in the past, I know that I'm a spirit in a body. I am not a body with a spirit. So first of all, when we are born into this world, we are born as what we call human beings, right? With a spirit. And I've come to realize that we all have a purpose for coming here. We have mission to fulfill. We have goals to attain here on earth. And these goals has a timing, we have a time that we have to get on with the work that we are here to do. So when the time comes for each person, that is when they awaken. That is when the spiritual awakening happens. Which is, they then become aware that they are spirit in a body. And this awareness comes with the awareness that the person experiencing the spiritual awakening, the awakening comes with the awareness that they possess different spiritual abilities that is beyond physical comprehension. And some of those abilities include what most of people talk about on YouTube and on the internet, basically, like clairaudience, clairvoyance, I don't know, all the clairs. But some hear things, some can smell things that other people can't, some can see things other people can't, some can even feel things other people can't. So all these abilities comes with your awakening, right? Now, when you have this awakening, there's always a sign that the universe gives you, brings your way to awaken you, to show you that there's been a change, to show you that you are no longer living as a physical being with a spirit, that you are now living as a spirit with a body. And some of those signs include synchronicities, or what most people call coincidences. You know, like me seeing people, same people in same places, same time, sometimes in different places, in different times, but continuously, you know, thinking about someone and the person calls you right away, dreaming about something and the thing happens, thinking of something and you see the thing straight away. You know, things always happening in twos sometimes, or, you know, right after the other. Just, if you don't understand this, just check the meaning of synchronicities and coincidences. But what I found out about this thing is, it is not a mistake at all. It is not something that just happens for no reason. This is a big sign from the universe showing you something. But these days, most of us don't know. We just tend to, you know, to dismiss it. And that is the reason why we often have different problems and we don't know where it comes from. So now, synchronicities is a way that the universe naturally uses to try and wake you up, to pay attention that there's been a change. So what the universe expects from you when you start to see all these signs and all these synchronicities is for you to get to the point where you be like, you ask yourself like, what is going on? What is going on? This synchronicities is too much. So that when you get to that point, it then starts to show you through its own unique ways. It then starts to give you the message, or start to guide you on what to do, and start to reveal to you, because now you're now paying attention. And anything you pay attention to, anything you focus on, you will definitely, there's definitely going to be an exchange of information there. So when you focus on the synchronicities going on, most times you will understand and realize the message behind them. So that is the sign that comes with waking up, spiritual awakening. Now, as a targeted individual, what I want you to do before you go along watching this video is this. I want you to write down all your symptoms, right? All the things that makes you think that you're a targeted individual. Write it all down. And then come back to this video. Now, what I found is, when we wake up from our deep sleep, from our slumber, thinking that we are just material beings with a spirit, when we wake up, our thoughts become very powerful, as well as our feelings, as well as all the abilities that we've got when we wake up spiritually. Just like in a dream where you think of something and that thing manifests instantly. You know, some people find themselves in dreams where they want to like get an object from somewhere, and all they just need to do is just think of it. But in the real, actual material world, you have to get up and go and pick it up, except you got some kind of device that can do that for you. But In the spirit realm, when you think of something, when you think of an intention, what you want, just by thinking of it, you're manifesting that thing. So when we wake up spiritually, what happens is we become like that. When our emotions and our thoughts manifest rapidly. That is what I found in my own experience, and from the research that I've made, found that a lot of people experience this same thing as well. So now, when you wake up and all your emotions and your thoughts and your feelings and everything becomes powerful, you want to be careful what you're thinking of. You want to watch your thoughts. You want to watch your feelings, because you don't want to create what you don't want. And this is part of what the universe is trying to wake you up to, with all the synchronicities and with all those things. When you think about something, you see it right away. When you're feeling a certain way, people around you start to feel the same way. You know, you see multiple things happening at the same time. So this is all the universe is trying to wake you up to in good faith. And remember, I said that we have a purpose on this earth. All of us. Every single person has a purpose here. If you have a purpose to bring about a positive change, to bring about like healing, you know, to teach, to uplift the vibrations of the earth, like generally, these powers are made for you to use it. These powers that you get activated with when you become awakened are meant for you to use for your life purpose, for your soul mission, the actual reason why you're here. Be back. Now, so that when you discover what your soul mission is, you will be able to make a change. You will be able to make a positive change with all the powers that you have been activated with. In whatever field that you choose, you will be able to make a change, a positive change. Now, targeted individuals. The negative things you have been experiencing, I'm going to try and explain it through my own experience and observation. And I want you to pay attention. Please don't look at me. I'm actually doing this video for the first time. Just try and listen and make use of whatever resonates with you. But one thing I'm sure of is this. If you're awakened spiritually, you will definitely find this video helpful. Yes, if you're truly someone who thinks that they are targeted, you will find this video helpful. So what happens is this. When you awaken and the universe is giving you all the signs, right? All these natural signs. Ordinary people going about their daily activities, you know. And you bumping into them and them bumping into you. I know how it is because it's happened to me so many times. Yeah? And when you're calm, you would see that it's natural. But what I found, because I used to think that I'm a targeted individual as well, yeah, of which I know that we're all targeted at some point, but most of those activities happening, most of them is being created by the universe and you. And I will explain how. Just a little bit of it is being acted by certain people who wants to disrupt your awakening, your understanding of the signs of spiritual awakening, of the signs of the universe trying to reach out to you, to wake you up that it is time for you to get on your life purpose. So now when you wake up now, yeah, and all the synchronicities and all the signs and everything is happening, there are certain organizations, certain people, yes, who mimic this same sign of the universe. They act out a synchronicity, yeah, follow you about the whole place. But the difference between them and the universe is they will make you know, they know how to make you know, they will make you know that they are following you, and for a negative purpose. You know, when you see cars following you, people you don't know in certain cars talking to you, sometimes even some people cursing at you and all those things, and it happening many times, not just one time, continuously 24/7. You know, like synchronicities as well. People with the same color of clothes and shoes in places. The universe also causes this kind of synchronicity to happen on a natural level, where those people don't know what they're doing. They don't have a mission to do whatever to you. They are just going about their normal life, but they are just synced with you. That is directly from the universe. But there are certain, whatever they are, certain people, certain organizations that mimic this same universal way to harass you, if you call it that, if you will call it that. And the purpose is this, my people, the purpose is this: to ruin your understanding of spiritual awakening, of what you're going through. I've seen a video where someone posted on one of the targeted individuals video on the comment section, and he said it's just like the whole city is coming down on him. And when I saw that video, I really felt for the guy, and till today I still remember that comment, and that is one of the reasons why I'm doing this video today. If not, I don't think normally, from my situation now, I don't think I'm in the best shape. That is just, best shape and right frame of mind to make video. But when I think of such comments and what people go through as well, and what I've been through in the past as well, I want to share my experience, because I know it's going to help someone. So now, the reason why he made that comment, that it's like the whole city is coming down on him, the reason is because these natural synchronicities, they're happening, signs from the universe to awaken you that it is time for you to pay attention, that it is time for you to start living your soul mission, to start to get on the path to fulfill your life purpose. At the same time all that science is happening, this organization, they are doing their one as well, and they are making it known to you that this is what they are doing to you, so that at the same time the natural one is happening, their one as well is happening, so that you do not know the difference between the natural one and the fake one, so that you then treat all of it as negative, so that when the universe is sending you a positive synchronicities and signs, you're thinking it is this same people that follows you about with sirens, it is this same people that curse you, it is this same people that do different kind of signs on the phone and everything to harass you, to show you that your privacy is being taken, to provoke you, so that when you now feel like that, then you don't even know, all you focus on right now is the negative part of this whole thing. But my people, what I want to tell you is this: there is all the symptoms that you're going through, in all the symptoms that you're going through, there is a natural one from the universe, and that natural one is a positive one, and it is there to empower you, it is there to awaken you, it is there to show you, to train you, to guide you on your powers, to show you what your powers are, so that you can get on your life purpose and fulfill your life purpose here on earth. Now, what I'm going to tell you is this: the only way that you can get out of this confusion and this corruption of the science is to treat all of it the same. Treat it as if they are all being shown to you from the universe, of which that is what it is, because everything exists within the universe, right? Everything, both the good and the bad. So anything that is trying to do bad to you can as well be used by the universe to do good to you, to show you your soul mission. It is how you, the interpretation that you give to the things that is happening around you, that is happening to you, the interpretation that you give to it is what it will become in the end. That is what I have found. So the what ways I have found to get out of this confusion and all this corruption that is being caused by this negative organization is to treat them all the same, and that is treat them as a sign for you to get on your life mission and keep your mind positive. So ways that you can find out what your life's mission is. Me personally, I found out through using numerology, and I found out that I've had a spiritual awakening through numerology, but other people has got other ways to find out. So use whatever means to find out if you have had a spiritual awakening, and find out what your life's purpose is, what your soul mission is, because it is very important. It is very important because if you have had a spiritual awakening, you have to be very, very, very careful of your thoughts, and you have to be very, very careful of your emotions, because what you focus your mind's energy on, what you focus your concentration on, will definitely manifest. So that if you focus your energy and your mind's energy on people harassing you, guess what's going to happen? You're going to keep manifesting more harassment. You're going to keep being paranoid. If you focus your mind on people following you, if you focus your mind on all the negative things they're doing around you, you're going to keep manifesting more of that, because your thoughts has become very, very powerful, and your emotions as well. So you have to try and be positive and keep your mind positive. I'll be back in a bit. Now let's continue. Now remember how I said in the beginning of the video that this whole targeting thing is the best thing to happen to you, and that it will show you that science, technology is a manifestation of spiritual forces. I'll explain that to you, but first let me tell you how it's the best thing to happen to you. If you're lucky enough to have the right guidance from the right people and from the universe, you will find that this is true. When this program is happening to you, this targeting thing is happening to you, if you have the right protection and the right information from the right sources, from the universe, from divine beings, you will be able to understand that. You will be able to see how this program is showing you what your powers are, what your spiritual powers are. Remember, when this is done mostly to spiritual, newly awakened spiritual people, and highly positive people, or people that they find to be some kind of threat or something, or positive people. This thing is mainly done to them, because I don't see how someone who, someone who won't matter, someone who is not important will be focused on like this, because there's so much time they put into this, so much energy, so much resources that they put into this. So if you find yourself in this, then make sure to find out what your soul mission is, and if you have had a spiritual awakening. And if you have had a spiritual, if you're using numerology to try and find out if you've had a spiritual awakening, if you happen to have a 10 vibration, 10/1, then it's most likely you have had a spiritual awakening. Be back. Sorry, I had to keep pausing and stopping the video. It's just because people are walking by, and I don't want any unwanted attention, you know. I'm hardly ever alone, you know. Someone might walk by and hear what I'm talking about now and just look around or stick around, you know. I don't want some kind of distraction, so sorry about that again. So like I said, if you happen to be using numerology to find out if you've had a spiritual awakening, if you happen to have a 10/1 vibration at any time in your reading, in your personal year, you're most likely to have had a spiritual awakening. So what you do, if you're using numerology, go back to when you started to, as far back as you can, when you started to notice all these symptoms. Go back. There's a way you can calculate it, to go back to the past, your past readings, and see if you've got 10/1 in any of your readings, and read what it says. You will find out that you have had a spiritual awakening. And most of those symptoms that you see, they are indications from the universe to awaken you to the changes that has happened. So now, let's go to how this is the best thing to happen to you. How is this? Let's take, for example, some people say they hear voices in their head, you know, voices saying certain things that they don't like, uncomfortable things and all that. That right there, my brother and sister, is an ability, a natural spiritual ability right there, whether you choose to agree or not. But what happens when you don't know how to cook, for example, and you try to cook, you fuck it up, right? That is what happens when you don't know that you have this ability and you're spiritually awakened. You're gonna be fucked up. Because when you don't know you have something, how can you know how to use it in the first place? That is an ability right there. All you just need to do is get the right knowledge, spiritual knowledge on how to use it, so that you can then block out unwanted channeling, unwanted entities, unwanted signals, unwanted invasions, yeah, that comes to you through your own gift. So that is for people who hear voices. Hear voices in their head. For people who sees things that other people don't see, most of them call themselves, because they do not know, they do not have an explanation for what they're going through, so they just call themselves some mentally unstable person. Seeing things other people cannot see is a gift. Yeah, you just have to know, get the proper knowledge, spiritual knowledge, to know how to use it at will, to block out things you don't want to see, and to see what you want to see. All these abilities are spiritual abilities that comes with your awakening, just for one purpose, for you to be able to use it to fulfill your soul mission. And the same thing goes for people that hears voices and feel things. All you just need to do is just to know how to use it. Because when you know how to use it, you will know how not to use it. And by knowing how not to use it, you'll be able to block out things that you are doing that is causing some entities to be able to invade, to be able to intrude, using your own ability. Because many times we do certain things that we give consent to these things to mess with us without us knowing, you know. Many things that we do, but I'll leave that to you to research, because there's so many videos on the internet, so many reliable videos on the internet that talks about this. So ways like that are ways that this is the best thing to happen to you. Because when you get to know your powers, then your next action will be to know how to use it. And when you know how to use it, it makes your life easier. It makes you more useful. It makes you not to use it against yourself. Because most times, most of the symptoms that we experience, we're creating it by ourselves. Because we have been deceived. We have been deceived from the outside. And because we don't know from the inside what we are capable of, what our thoughts are capable of, what our feelings are capable of, we then use our powers against ourselves. And one of the ways is this: when you're spiritually awakened and you're experiencing people following you about, doing different signs, people cursing you, you tend to, you always, and if this is done to you continuously on a daily basis, you will find that it's always on your mind. It will stick to your mind. And you will hate it. You will be negative. Every time you remember it, you will be negative. They usually have a trigger, something to trigger. In my case, when I started experiencing this, they use the sirens. The NHS, the police sirens. That is what I experience. Everywhere I go, even at times that I'm thinking certain things, the siren will go off. Everywhere. There's no day that I go out that I don't experience sirens. Anywhere I go. It's like it is used. And you know what? They even sensitize me to a pattern, because most of you real people that call yourself targeted individuals and experience the siren thing, you would understand what I'm about to say now. How they do this is, they would have been following you for a very long time with the sirens, but before you notice, you may have been ignoring it. Then they will come very close to you, to the point that, just to make you know that siren is for you. Because you won't know. Because you will think that it's just normal thing, ambulance and police going about their normal, daily work. So you'll be ignoring it. But they will come very close to you and do it a couple of times, so that you then say, wow. And then you notice it. And they will sensitize you to a pattern, so that when they're doing it from far, you would know it is you. After this video, I'm gonna start taking some recordings. I'm not gonna focus all my energy on it, but I'll take some recordings to back up this. I have loads of them, and I'll add it to this as well to show what I'm talking about. So in my case, it's the siren. So I don't know what your case is, but I know I've seen a lot of videos that guys and people experience the siren things as well. I'll be back in a bit as well, that people come in, I don't want unwanted attention. Thank you. I'm back. So like I was saying, in my case, it was the siren. I used to ignore it before. I ignored it for a long time because I was not aware what was going on. But looking back now, thinking back, I noticed that most places I used to go and hang out, there's always, every time I go out, there's always the sirens, always, all the time. And they noticed like I've been ignoring it for a long time, so they came close to me, and made me aware, how they usually make you aware. They made me aware, and they used to use a pattern. There's a way they make this, they let the siren sound a couple of times in a certain way, to make me know that, it's you, So anyway, they got my attention, and this is how they use to trigger that feelings of people following me, all that negative feelings, so that anytime that in the house, inside the house, or in certain places, they use that trigger, that siren, to remind me of that negative activity. Because when it all started, I didn't know what it was about. All I just noticed was so much synchronicities, people with color codes, people following me about everywhere I go, and things like that. And I don't know what it's about. So, and you know, when you don't, things like this, when you experience things like this and you don't know what it's about, it tends to leave a space for negative thoughts. It tends to leave space for worry. It tends to leave space for negative, for fear, you know, for confusion, because you see all these things happening and you don't know what it's about. And you checked with yourself like, did I commit some kind of crime, or what is wrong with me and all that? And you don't seem to find a reason for this. You know, it just created negative mindset. Now, whenever they trigger you in the way that they do, like with the sirens, you will remember that and you will automatically be in that negative mood. Now, what I found that the purpose is, made me right now a happy person. Because now I realize that spirit, you can actually manifest what you want at will using your thoughts. You don't have to stress too hard. You don't have to work your ass off just to buy a car. You don't have to work your ass off to buy a house. You don't have to work your ass off to get anything you want. You can manifest what you want using your thoughts and your feelings. And this program and this whole siren thing is meant to distract you. Remember, to distract you from your soul mission, from understanding the universal language and signs, to awaken you to the change that has happened to you, that you're now spiritually awakened. All this targeting program is to distract you from being your higher self, from waking up to who you are, from understanding all the signs, the natural signs that is being brought your way positively, with positive faith, with good faith and positive intention by the universe. All these things is to throw you off balance, to corrupt it. So when they trigger you and you start to feel and you remember all that rubbish, guess what you're doing? You're focusing on them. You are not focusing on you.